Good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday, September 18th, so it's time for Live Chats with Maggie and Bunny. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Bunny.
Hi, today we are going to talk about winks from the universe. Do you have them? Does it happen to you? Do you know what they are? When is the last time that it happened? Well, I can tell you they happen to me all the time.
Yeah.
There's those little moments that you just know, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And there it is.
Yeah.
It could be a song playing on the radio. It could be seeing numbers. It could be finding a feather in a place where you would not normally see a feather. I remember one time I was clearing stuff off my table and I have a glass Lazy Susan that has 2 levels, and underneath the glass was a feather. How did that even get there?
I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah,
You even
and
took a picture of it.
there. I've kept it there on purpose to remind me.
I think you even posted about it on Facebook when it happened. I think you might have even taken a picture.
Yeah. And I mean, even this weekend, I went out into my backyard and there was a feather, but not in a place that it would have easily dropped off of a bird. And those I see as winks from the universe. Yeah, a feather just coming down on the sky where there's birds above in the tree. Yeah, maybe that's not. But when they place them in a little out of the ordinary place, then I see that as something different.
The same with dimes, right? A lot of people will see dimes as well.
Yeah.
Especially pennies too. Like in 2012, November, I think 2012, December. I don't remember what it was, but sometime in 2012, Canada stopped making pennies. And so for us to find pennies on the ground doesn't happen as often now. So definitely that's a giant wink from the universe if you find that. But so I see a lot more dimes. And that's what I would see. And in the oddest places, like where I didn't have, like, I don't carry change. I don't have change. So I don't know how, like in my old house on the second floor in my bedroom, there would be a dime in front of the door when it wasn't there before,
It wasn't there when you walked in the room 5 minutes ago, but now it is.
Yeah, so definitely. But sometimes they can be a little bit more more noticeable or even less, like more subtle. Even for me, even seeing the clock, like we were talking about that for the past 4 days, seeing repeated numbers in the clock, seeing 111, seeing 233, seeing all those kind of numbers. Just that to me, it usually happens when I'm in the flow of things, when life seems to be going down a certain path and going down a certain way, I start to see it a lot. When my grandma passed away, I saw 9/11 for the longest time. And even now when I see it, I just say, hi, Grandma. But yeah.
I know it's amazing how those things happen. And they do happen in miraculous sometimes ways. I'm not telling us a secret out of school, and I'm sure a friend of mine that I was talking to this weekend wouldn't mind me even sharing this, that being a person of prayer who believes that when you pray somebody hears your prayers, my friend had told me that she said a prayer and it was about, should I speak up about something, should I say something? And she said, not 5 minutes later, she went and picked up her computer and opened it up. And what popped up on her computer was some kind of sign like they do on Facebook and stuff. But the sign that popped up said, speak up now.
Oh, wow.
If you ask the universe, should I speak? And something comes up on your computer that says, speak up now. To me, it doesn't matter who posted that.
Yeah.
You were supposed to see those words.
For sure. 100%.
And that kind of stuff can happen all of the time.
I know I get winks from the universe too, also from songs or from movies or from books where I catch myself getting lost in a lyric or getting lost in words. I don't know how to explain it. It happens where it's like you're going along kind of like a hypnotic state while you're reading something or watching TV or listening to a song, and then all of a sudden something makes you pay attention to a specific thing, and that to me is a wink from a universe.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And we had a wink from the universe yesterday. Bunny and I were speaking at an event with two other women, and we coordinated our clothing without even telling anybody.
It was so funny. And how often does that happen, right? That happens all the time. But this was so funny. So it's what we have, it's the Voices of Empowerment. You can find us on Facebook. And we have a page, and we have it's actually two people we met as authors. That's how they came into our life last year with our fatherhood book. And we've continued to cultivate a relationship and friendship with them. And what happened was they were already in the Zoom meeting before our talk, and I joined in. And we had not discussed what we were going to wear. It wasn't even a topic at all. We hadn't actually met at each other for a couple of weeks on our Zooms, and we were just like, we'll come in half an hour before, we'll just kind of catch up and and touch base. And when I showed up, the other two were already there, and I was wearing a red dress with some little black and white diamonds. And Melanie said, "Oh, look, Bunny, you and Linda are coordinating. You're both wearing red. I didn't get the memo. I'm wearing black." And she said, "Unless Maggie comes in wearing black," and not even a minute later, there showed Maggie.
There's Maggie wearing black.
Wearing black.
It's sometimes things like that just happen, like, and it's cool. I love it when that happens, because it reminds me that I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me that there are times in my life when Creator is walking alongside. It's kind of like there is a poem that's called Footprints in the Sand.
Yeah.
When life is really difficult, there was only one set of footprints in the sand, because that's when I was carrying you. And those little winks remind me that we're not alone in this world.
It's true.
Even and I know when we think we're alone.
Yeah. And I know right now that is a theme that is happening. And actually today, my Bunny Keating post that I do daily, it does say that actually was something about being alone. And sometimes, it was in response to somebody who I know who had a recent breakup, and they were talking about how now they feel alone. And that is a time when you desperately feel alone, because you're in pain as well. And but there are so many people who are feeling alone. But really, I know, even when I'm feeling alone, that I'm not alone, that I am being supported and, cradled. I was going to say, so I'll say that, cradled by the universe. And it is important to get those winks sometimes. That is a good reminder that is a time when sometimes when you're alone, when you have an opportunity to be alone, it is to reconnect with you and who you are. And that is important as well. But making connections outside is good too. So thanks.
And sometimes they're just those winks from the universe are as well. The universe uses human beings for random acts of kindness to remind you that you're not alone.
Right.
That happened to me today. My cleaning lady came to the house and had a beautiful plant for me. And she said, "Maggie, I seen these plants and I just wanted to make your day special."
Yeah. Wow.
And to me, that's when the universe uses other humans.
For sure.
The universe uses other humans to remind us that we're special.
And I absolutely love that, because I know that you do that for so many other people all of the time. You will go above and beyond, add above and beyond. You will go above and beyond to make people feel special in ways and in moments that I couldn't even think about. And definitely that's part of it is other people being able to do that back to you does let you know that the universe is there for you as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like random acts of kindness, but it's the random acts of kindness from the universe.
yeah, yeah. And like you said, it can happen from other people. I know that I've watched videos, and you can see them all over social media, where people will go up to somebody randomly. The ones that I watch, I think, is, I can't remember what his name is, but he goes up to people at restaurants and that sort of thing, and he'll pretend that he doesn't have his wallet. We talked about this before, and this is a wink from the universe too, because we talked about him, and then Keith Lee, which is a food reviewer as well, and we were talking about this, and I said he goes, and then he gives money. Like, he'll say, oh no, I actually do have my wallet, and he'll give them $500 or $1,000. And you, almost every time the people say, they start crying, and they say, like, my husband just lost his job, or my mom needs a surgery, or my car broke down. Like, every time, like, what are the chances that he would come to their life and do that? Now, of course, I know, he has recorded this for social media, so maybe other times he hasn't put those ones on there. But right after I told you about those people, I wound up going on TikTok, and the two of them actually made a TikTok together. And that was a wink to the universe to me as well. That's another, we've called them synchronicities in the past, but wink from the universe to just be like, look. And I think sometimes, we do give responsibility to, Facebook listening to us, or our technology listening to us, and but that technology could not have been listening to me tell you that story and then get them on the same day to make a video.
Right.
Like that
Right.
didn't happen.
Technology could have showed us the video, but not to get them to do it on the same day.
Yeah, on the exact same day.
Technology is good, but come on, is it that good?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe one day we'll talk about that. But the Matrix stuff and all that kind of stuff. But that's not for today's discussion. This is about winks.
And it's because I believe that there are other spirits always with us, whether it be from this dimension, whether it be from a spiritual dimension, whether it be from outer space, whatever you want to call it. Like, my brain is able to realize at this age in my life that there's a lot more going on in the world than I can understand.
Right.
And I'm the first one to tell people, I believe there's many things that go on in our universe that my brain can't grasp, and that human brains can't
that's
grasp.
what it is. Human brains just,
not just that I have a small brain, but
no, I wouldn't let you say that. I wouldn't
let you and that we are all here on purpose. And those things come for reasons,
right?
We're here to inspire each other. We're here to do those random acts of kindness.
We're here to wink at each other.
Yeah, only if you know how to wink and you don't look like you're having a stroke. But we're here to do those things as humans, as spirits, to encourage each other.
Right.
That's what those winks do, because they give you encouragement.
And since you're talking about that, about us doing the things, that comes from nudges, right? So from kind of like getting a nudge from the universe, like a feeling or a knowing, or how, I don't even know how you get your nudges, because you do usually visualize things. So I don't know how that happens for you, because I get like a feeling, like and a knowing, like almost like I'm the only thing I can think about right now is like when I was gonna go grocery shopping, and it told me to turn a certain way. It was like, drive down this street. And then as I drove down that street, then I kind of got the knowing, pull into this, place. And then in that, it was a serendipitous meeting. But is it really serendipitous? Because I kind of followed a path that told me, go from here to here to here. And then this happens. And another thing I think about is the time that you randomly met a lady when you were shopping. Or actually so many times you've randomly met people, or what seems random. Like to us, it seems random.
Right.
So how is it that you get your nudges?
I get them all different ways.
Okay.
Like sometimes it's just a feeling.
Okay.
And because you know, without outing myself completely, well, because I did, but by outing myself completely, I also talk to my higher self and I
Okay.
talk to my soul and I have conversations with my inner being.
Mhm.
So when I wake up in the morning, I say hello to my soul as well as I wake up.
Mhm.
You know, I say, oh, hi. Okay, we're here today. We're still alive and good morning.
Mhm.
I talk to my soul like I talk to you.
Right.
So sometimes I will just feel my soul telling me to do something. Like I said to you, sometimes it's change your clothes.
Yeah.
And it's because somebody that I'm meeting was intrigued by that color or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. Or
Right.
go here. One other example was when it was COVID time, I wouldn't leave my house without asking if today was safe to leave my house.
Right.
Is today a good day to leave my house?
Mhm.
And whether that's considered me asking my guides, me praying,
Right.
that type of thing, it's all the same to me.
Yeah, I think that's all the same
It's
too.
because I think spirituality encompasses all
Right.
things.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just get into a practice of living life on a soul level as much as I can.
Mhm.
Yes, I have to do things in my human meat suit,
Yeah.
but I try to do things more and more on a soul level.
Right.
So if my soul said to me today, I want you to go down to the road to the grocery store at 4 o'clock and hand this envelope to somebody, I would go and hand this envelope to somebody, not knowing at all why to do it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And I'm okay with being a little weird that way
I don't know. See,
because I've seen all the winks that
yeah,
show me it's real.
that's what I was
It's
gonna
as
say. I don't know.
real as me talking to you,
Right.
to me. To somebody who doesn't understand it, they might think she's nuts, like she's whacked. But if you ask the universe to speak to you, and if you start speaking to your higher self, because we all have one, we
Mhm.
all have a soul, if you believe in that.
Mhm.
I believe I have a soul. So if I start talking to my soul like I talk to you, why would I expect that it wouldn't speak to me?
Right. Yeah.
Why would I believe the universe would not send me winks
Right.
if I believe there is a higher power out there or
Right.
another power?
Right. And I mean,
If
even
I,
if you don't think that, even if you think it's your intuition, your gut instincts, that also is all like it's all the same thing. It's all the
yeah.
same thing with just different names.
And even the fact of out in nature, the trees have an
Right.
energy.
Yeah.
And if I walk up to a tree and I can feel the energy of that tree, why would I think that it couldn't send me a little wink?
Right. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I personally have watched when I take my dog for a walk, my dog stops at all the trees.
Hmm.
My dog doesn't pee at all the trees,
Right.
but my dog stops at all the trees,
Right.
sniffs, goes close. I think my dog's having a conversation with those trees
Right.
and saying, is it okay with you if I pee on you today?
Hmm.
Sometimes they must say
Yeah.
no because he moves along.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's just him smelling other dogs' pee.
Right.
I think there's a communication that goes on.
Right.
I've had birds come and sit right close to me on my porch, and it's
Hmm.
like you're having a conversation with them. I think they do on a soul level can communicate.
Yeah.
If you believe in that, why not?
Yeah. It's true.
How far fetched is it?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's true.
You know, it's all winks from the universe.
Yep. Wink, wink.
So if you think Maggie's crazy now, you
No.
can email us at @gmail.com. Bunny will receive all of those emails and delete them before I see them.
No,
Just
I don't
kidding.
think that has I think you know what the thing that I say, which is so funny, I think when you look at Disney movies, which is things that when we were kids that we were, you know, we were, a lot of us were raised on, look at things like Snow White, she talked to the birds and everything. Like Cinderella, she had little mice that were helping. Like there
Somebody
is
had to make this up.
this stuff. It came from somewhere, right? So, and I think like it just helps you keep that magic a little bit longer. And some of us just keep that magic and keep that magic inside us and those beliefs inside us, and don't get overrun by adult things. And
And I think the difference is when I went on this spiritual journey of finding spirituality and what it meant to me, I let go of all those limiting beliefs
right,
that kept me from believing in that,
right,
oh no, that isn't real, that isn't real, that isn't real.
right.
Well, when those beliefs were challenged, I decided that maybe I do believe in that.
Yeah,
So all of those things that I believed as a child,
right,
I had faith in as a child.
right.
Now in my senior years, I've brought them back and
Yeah,
I've let go of all of those adult
yeah,
quotation marks
yeah,
beliefs that you're not allowed to have when you are no longer a child.
yeah,
And the difference is I've kind of taken them on back, which is why I love having conversations with my 2-year-old grandson,
for sure.
because we're on the same level now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Exactly.
I
Exactly.
believe all the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter said to me one day, it picked up on her cam in his bedroom. Here he was sitting in the corner of his bed having a conversation with somebody, and she was sure there's somebody in his room,
Hmm.
but there wasn't anyone she could see on the camera.
Yeah.
And I said, that doesn't mean there wasn't somebody in his room,
Right.
because I 100% believe that small children can see angels, guides, and spirits.
Right.
100%. I 100% believe that animals can
Right.
see angels, guides, and spirits
Yep.
because nobody told them they can't.
Exactly. Yeah.
And when we as adults let go of the beliefs that tell us we can't see that stuff, maybe we will again.
Yeah. Absolutely. And some of us always did.
Yes.
Some of us always did.
And I
Never let go
think
of it.
that's what some of those winks are from the universe,
Mhm.
because many people in our society right now couldn't handle full-fledged angels
Yeah.
appearing before them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it for today,
That's
Monday, September 18th, live chats.
yeah.
Bunny, you tell them how to reach us. That's your gig.
so, yeah, so you can always follow us and find us. We do this every Monday afternoon live on our Facebook page. And then also you can find us on Spotify and wherever else you can find podcasts, listen to podcasts like Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all of those sort of things. Go ahead. We also are encouraging people, please go ahead and follow us, share, email us. And if anybody wants us to talk on your podcast, we can talk about a lot of topics. Go ahead and let us know. If you want to be a guest on our podcast, we are also open to receiving guests as well. So yeah, go ahead and reach out to us. And as always, have a fabulous week.
Have a fabulous week.
Next Monday. Who knows what we're going to talk about, but we will talk about something.
But for this week, watch for your wink from the universe.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody.